Hello, boys. Hello, gals. Hello to the non-binary pals. They cancel each other out. Welcome back to the judgiest place on the entire internet.
Crazy.
My name's Josh.
My name's Rick.
And my name's Christian.
And we are
The
Judgies.
Judgies.
Back, and Erica got an Apple Watch?
What the hell?
How the hell do you know that?
Because I got an alert that somebody signed on. Look at you.
Wow, bougie.
Rich. Wow. We got it like that.
It helps when I coach.
Yeah. I have a Fitbit because I'm poor. And I have Google products, and I do enjoy it a lot. You know, it's one of those things that like pretty much all of it would just, your phone also tracks 99% of the things that's on it. But the watch is nice. Not sponsored.
It's convenient.
I like it because our gym doesn't have a accurate clock. It's always the wrong time. And I can keep track of that and timers and stuff for my drills and warm-ups.
Yeah.
So that's why I like it.
Yeah. And no one's going to talk shit about it at all.
Okay.
Nobody dislikes them.
Oh, I'm talking shit about it.
Besides Christian.
It did tell me to wear it to sleep so it could track my dreams. And I was
You
like,
wish, big
no,
brother.
no.
Because it'll also track your sleep score and all that dog shit.
Yeah.
I can't. I couldn't get used to sleeping with the watch on. Well, and I had like the typical silicone bracelet or the watch band, and it broke after like 2 weeks of using it, which really peed me owed. And so I ordered this custom one off Etsy, which is like I don't know,
Like
how
a
would you describe that?
Braided material.
Canvas.
Yeah, which
Is
I
yours-
like.
Is yours stretchy?
No.
Oh.
It's like very rigid, so I do need to get a new one again.
I guess I don't know how to describe it in any other way than dog collar material.
Yeah, it's very close to dog collar with the same amount of give, for sure. And it sucks because, I've got these massive, thick ass wrists, and it's just right between two
Girthy ass wrist.
two holes.
That does suck.
Story of my life. You know what I mean? But hey, guess what? At the top here, I'm done being wrong, folks.
Okay.
I've been wrong a lot recently, and I've been confident about it.
Could never be me.
And I'm done.
That's why I don't even get up on the soapbox.
So my soapbox days are over.
Okay.
However, I will say I will defend myself when I am right. At our Walmart specifically, chicken breast is less expensive than chicken thighs. Apparently, that's not true anywhere else in the world.
Really?
But I looked up the prices. It's in the Discord, and I also tweeted it and blue skied it.
I was gonna say somebody ran the data.
Because I was like, I remember you can't make me deny my own reality. I was standing in the store with chicken breasts in one hand and chicken thighs in the other. And I said, why are these the same price, but you get more for chicken breast? But yeah, Christian was right with the health tax for sure. We'll say that.
Thank you. That felt good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe be wrong more if it means you get to say I'm right.
Well, I was wrong about the mammal and marsupial thing. This one is probably so long ago, you probably don't remember it, but there's no, soccer in the Olympics.
The fervor, the fervor, what's it called? Oh, you're not a flat earther? Truther?
I don't know. This
The firmament?
But hey, here
All
we
my flat
are.
earthers are going to love that one.
We don't just talk about me being wrong.
We also talk about who's in the Super Bowl this weekend.
You what?
You need to know or
Is that a question, or you want us to talk about
statement?
it?
I just know that the Super Bowl's this weekend.
Correct.
And I know that, what's his name?
We'll let you get there.
He sings the songs.
Yes, you're
Whoa.
close. You're close. You're close.
I thought you didn't know Travis Kelce's name. You don't know who's doing the halftime Super Bowl show.
I'm getting there.
we're so
Super Bowl
close.
halftime show. That's wild to me.
I can't remember his name.
Wow.
That's all right. You're not like us.
Also starts with a K.
Who else starts with a K?
Kelsey.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. It's going to be a good show. And this is going to be a good show because we don't just talk about the Super Bowl on this podcast. We also podcast on this podcast. And what that entails is us going online and finding silly little stories. And folks, here, we're doing a new thing. I'm going to tell you all the stories you're about to hear first.
Ew.
And then we'll get into it. So
I
we
better
have
like this.
a story from our own subreddit. What the heck?
Oh.
A stepmom who bought her daughter thongs.
Okay.
A guy who got dumped because he broke his ankle.
Ooh.
An update from the infamous gaycation story.
Oh, we love an update.
And then for the Circle Church, we got listener submitted tweets that should have banged, if we're being for real. And we have 2 listeners, one who's being sent on a scavenger hunt by their boyfriend, and a listener who had the worst time dating in Sicily. Thoughts on those stories? About you guys are on the edge of your seats waiting to hear them.
Picture it. Sicily, 2019.
Island.
You never watched The Golden Girls?
No, I haven't.
No.
No, you're missing out, bud. You would like it.
I'm more of a Golden Guys kind of guy.
They talked about Sicily in 2019 as Golden Girls.
Oh my God. Do I really need to explain it to you?
No, it's.
I mean, I'll explain the joke.
My brain got switched up between Golden Girls and Gilmore Girls.
I did too.
What's the
Because of the
joke?
date, I thought Gilmore Girls.
No. Sophia is the mom.
Okay.
Okay. And she was born in Sicily.
1919.
So every time she's like telling a story of her past, she goes, picture it. It was Sicily, 1917 or whatever.
Start of the First World War. Franz Ferdinand just got murdered.
Sure.
Wow.
I don't know what exact dates she would say, but she would always say, picture it, picture this, or picture it, Sicily, 19 whatever.
Franz Ferdinand just got done making that great song, and then he got shot in the head in the back of his car.
Yeah.
I like that. I like having little tidbits. Also, I don't think I like that. I like the song. I didn't like what happened after the release of the song.
This is from r/Judgies pod.
I didn't know that song was that old. Really
It's
ahead of its
surprising,
time.
right?
Yeah.
How do I make it up to my girlfriend for calling her appearance meh?
Ooh.
Have we read this before?
No.
Seppuku.
It's 4 days old.
Oh, okay. We've read a story similar to this then a long time ago.
Maybe we should end the show. A lot of our stories are kind of molding together at this point.
Yeah.
Or maybe we should keep going on. Start off. First off, I am the asshole.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad we got that.
Me and my girlfriend, now fiance, have been together for 8.5 years. We love each other and been through a lot. We've shared a lot of tears and laughter together. We were seniors in high school when we started dating. We now have a house, a kid, 3 cats, and good careers.
You imagine?
We support each other without question. I would do anything it takes to protect and care for my family. With that context out of the way, 2 years ago, we were at a work banquet for my job. Everyone dressed up and looked really dapper and elegant. My girlfriend was gorgeous. I'd been on a weight loss journey and was feeling myself. People were complimenting me while mingling. While mingling, someone complimented my girlfriend, and I responded, meh. This was said in a joking manner and did not mean it. My humor can be flat and be in bad taste, so I'm not funny, is what you're saying. This obviously ruined the mood for the rest of the night. Now, every so often, she will remind me about that moment in her own joking way and to make me feel bad, which I still do. With all that said, she is beautiful and gave me a beautiful child. There's no one else on this planet I'd rather spend the rest of my life with. I hope we can joke about this moment on our deathbeds. Even if my mind is riddled with dementia, I will never forget how lovely and beautiful you are. I will spend the rest of my life making this up to her. In posting this, I hope she finds this or hears it on a Reddit story reading podcast. I would like some creative ways on how I could make this up to her. Suggestions?
Never stop groveling.
Yeah.
Do better.
Learn to grovel. Learn how to literally
Worship her.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny that you had to preface with like, I was obviously hotter than my wife at this appointment,
Obviously.
but I still think she's hot.
She's the most beautiful woman I ever met, but
Didn't hold a
I'm
candle
just
to me.
saying, have you looked in a mirror?
I slimmed down from 278 to 276, and boy, were the compliments rolling.
It does happen that way sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
It does suck sometimes. So how do you make it up to her? Bring it up every day. Mm-hmm. That way she never forgets about it, and she can always be making sure you feel bad about it. And then, how good are you at prostrating yourself? Because I think you got to prostrate hard.
Yeah.
Laying down.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what that means?
It's like kneeling down in front of somebody.
I think you should take a comedy class.
Ooh,
Be funnier.
very good idea.
I mean,
You know what you're going to learn first day is comedy comes into the rule 3, right? So you just got to shit on her at least 2 more times.
Do it a couple more times.
Then it'll be funny.
yeah, I mean, and I think the big thing with comedy, especially when it comes to things about physical appearances, is like, it's the only way to have a surefire joke about physical appearances is if you're being self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to make a joke about anything in any regard in terms of how somebody looks and not have you come off as an asshole in some way.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make a really good joke. So if someone comes and says your wife looks really good and you go, like you just look like an asshole, regardless of if you didn't mean it. Obviously.
Actually, here's how you could have saved it. If somebody came up to your wife and said, "Wow, you look really good tonight," and you could have gone, "Looks even better on the floor."
If you love her so much, why don't you fuck her in front of me and marry her?
I didn't like that.
Well, you're not a cuck, Erica. Some people would like that.
Some people would like that. Why do you think they have it in every hotel room across America? They have a cuck chair and a Gideon Bible. What do you think that's about?
Who's getting giddy on the Bible?
I saw an action Bible today.
What the hell does that mean?
I should have taken a picture of it.
Is it like pop-out pages? What's going on here?
No. It was like manga,
Okay.
but the Bible.
Actually, the fact you didn't buy this for me kind of sucks.
A Bible manga would go crazy.
It was like it was the Action Bible was the title, and then underneath it was Jesus's redemption.
Do you have to read it from like backwards, like real manga?
Oh.
That always confused the shit out of me as a kid. I remember like going into the bookstore and finding like Yu-Gi-Oh! I thought it was comic books. It turned out as manga. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening in this story? Yeah. You got to read it backwards.
Yeah. I never got into manga. I would always just skip to the front and see the ending.
You piece of shit.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
My name was up. :3:P. You can say my name. My name is Hannah, she, her, and me and my girlfriend love your show.
Spooky.
We listen to it when we make dinner and during road trips. She listens all day at work. I read this story and thought it was up y'all's alley. At Ricky, this will infuriate you.
Great. So excited.
Greater than :3. Pisses and kisses, mamacitas, mwah, XOXO, sent from West Texas. Plano.
Whoa.
How about that? It's from Am I the Asshole with an H afterwards. Am I the asshole for buying our daughter 2 pairs of thongs?
Well, rule of 3.
I need to know the daughter's age.
I guess in my brain, because thongs are so small,
Yeah.
I make sense, but boy, is it weird to say, hey, grab me that pair of thongs. Like, I would say pair of underwear.
Yeah. Or thong.
A pair of panties, which everybody hates the word panties.
We do.
I love calling men's underwear panties.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's so fucking funny.
But a pair of thongs
I don't think
is weird.
a pair of thongs is really pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'll say it right now.
It doesn't feel like it's a pair.
It's not a pair and it's pissing me off.
Bikini bottoms.
Okay.
You don't call them a pair of bikinis.
Well,
You're onto something.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm getting to the bottom of it.
Boo.
Anyway, my husband, Erica, get ready to be angry. Put on your angry face. There it is. Oh, you did a different one. My husband, male 37, and I, female 24, have been married for 2 years now.
Oh my God, imagine.
Well, let me run those numbers back.
37 and 24.
Okay.
He has kids prior to us getting together, 16, 13, and 12.
Yeah, because he's middle-aged. He's going through his midlife crisis, a.k.a.
And
you.
He has one with me who's 3 months old. The oldest is his only daughter. Her mom passed away when she was young, and her dad has, of course, remarried with me.
Oh, now we're the bad guys. He had a dead wife. He actually gets to date young.
No.
That's the rules.
Not how that works.
That's the rules. That's how Bill Belichick gets around it. We've gotten really close, and anytime she needs a girls only chat, I'm happy to talk. Her and the daughter, who is only,
60.
8 years her senior? Well, recently, it was brought up at school. It's really uncomfortable because her underwear wrinkles up when wearing pants. So I decided to go with her, and she picked out some panties. When doing laundry, I brought up now I have to really see whose panties are whose, and my husband asked why. when I told him what had happened, I bought her underwear. He blew up. He told me it was not my job to buy her thongs and that she's going to get knocked up at a young age, and it's all because of me.
That's not at all what that means.
He said he doesn't want his daughter to be a whore.
Again, not what that means.
So I need to throw them out ASAP. I asked if I was a whore, as I wear them too. And he says, of course not, because that's a wife's job. Am I overreacting, or is this wild?
A wife's job to be a whore?
Yeah.
To wear thongs.
That's a wife's godly duty. This guy's a real piece of work.
Real, you hear 37 and 24 and you think this guy might be a giant piece of shit, and then
you hear how he talks.
He is.
The story goes. Tale as old as time.
The tale as old as time.
Disrespect. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it feels very strange that the first thought is his daughter being sexualized like that.
Yeah.
It feels very strange.
It does feel like maybe just talk to your daughter about safe sex, and
Right.
you could be normal about it instead of freaking out. And
Right. And that's separate from her buying
yeah,
this specific kind of underwear.
But then if she talks, if she learns about healthy relationships and sexual boundaries and whatnot, then she might realize that, oh, my dad's dating somebody, I don't know, super young. Maybe that's pretty fucking creepy.
God, they're so close in age. 24 and 16 is so close in age.
yeah.
For a 37-year-old to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those weird things where they're closer in age to you than you are with your partner. That is kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not a deal breaker for people.
I don't know.
I feel like that should supersede the what's the stupid like half your age plus 7?
Yeah.
Remember that old trick?
Yeah.
I feel like having a kid that's closer in age to me than you supersedes the half plus 7.
I mean, half your age plus 7 works
until
when it's
you're
like
20.
younger. Yeah, until you're like 25. Because if you do half of 37 plus 7, it's 25. And I still think that's 1 year off of this being a quote unquote normal relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By
I
that
don't like
dumbass
that.
fucking bullshit ass fucking piece of shit rule.
Give me a couple more.
Asshole. Fucking shit. Fucker.
That was worth it. Thank you.
Yeah. That whole story is just
a real piece of work. This guy.
It seems like that guy maybe got a pardon on I don't know, a certain early month in the year, circa 2021.
I don't know why he likes the letter J in the number 6 so much.
All of my kids' names start with J and are 6 letters long. Joshua. Oh, we're counting.
Christian.
I give up.
What are you counting?
I'm trying. What? I don't get the
January
joke.
6th. The insurrection.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is the next story, folks. We're flying through them. Hello, Judgies. I found a great story that's since been deleted. Wow. I've been searching for another story to send you guys that can live up to the greatness of the last one I had sent. Parentheses, Twilight Poop Cup.
Oh,
holy shit!
That was a good one.
Oh, I guess I sent you in one of the best stories ever, and I guess I've just been waiting to find the next best story ever.
And I think I found it.
Fuck.
It's not that good. It's not as good as Twilight Poop. Hey, I could be wrong. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to make any definitive statements.
Ooh, I can't wait for him to be wrong.
No, I took it back. Anyways, I love the pod, and I hope you enjoy the stories from Megan. Thank you, Megan. This is from r/relationship under advice. Girlfriend dumped me because my bones are breakable?
No, that's actually a really good reason to break up.
Hi, I'm male 19 and my girlfriend is female 19. We've been in a relationship for about a year now. Last week, I fell down my stairs and broke my ankle. My girlfriend was at the top of the stairs witnessing all of it.
I was about to say that seems suspicious.
Actually, this is the first time I've ever broken a bone or even fallen down a set of stairs.
I've never broken a bone.
I had my shoes on and I just wasn't paying attention. Never going to do that again.
Wear shoes or pay attention?
Probably the second one.
Okay.
What?
I don't feel like wearing shoes would be the thing that makes me go down the stairs. Maybe it would be. I just don't think it would be.
Does it make you go up the stairs? I don't.
What, you mean fall down the stairs?
Yeah.
He's saying you're more likely if you're not wearing shoes. He said, I was wearing shoes.
Is that what he was saying?
I had shoes on and I just wasn't paying attention. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe he means my shoes were tied.
Yeah. I don't know why he's bringing in the shoes. I guess is the main thing.
Because
Yeah.
they were sick as hell.
Okay.
They were the new Jordans.
Okay.
The J6s. However, as soon as I fell, my girlfriend turns around, puts her hand on her head, and shook her head and acts disappointed. In what way?
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Like, what do you mean hands on her head? In what way does that convey
Not my big
disappointment?
strong boy. No.
See, but it's hands on her head. So, like, both? Like, this might be it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Face, not head, for sure.
yeah.
Do you think she's mostly pissed because he broke a bone and she's like, I've never broken a bone. I can't date you now.
Well,
My family has strict rules about who I date.
big r/never broke a bone members.
Whoop whoop.
We just because we mentioned it. Okay. We went to the hospital to get it checked out, etc., and it turned out I had fractured my ankle at the joint. Right now, I'm in crutches, and the bone is supposed to heal in like 4 to 6 weeks. However, since this happened a week ago, more like about a week a bone, I noticed my girlfriend increasing her distance from me, talking to me less, etc. So I asked if everything was okay, and that's when she opened up. She doesn't feel safe with me anymore and doesn't see me as a big, tough man, frown emoji.
Oh.
She didn't think my bones
First
would
of all,
break like
you're
that.
19. You're barely a man.
Well, easy. He was a full-grown man at this point.
Sure.
She didn't think my bones would just break like that because in her mind, I was invincible. It would always be there to protect her. But I just can't do that anymore, or it'll be to lesser of an extent. Also, she wants kids who have strong bones, and she's disappointed in my genetics. I don't even know what to do at this point. Quite devastated, TBH, crying emoji.
It sounds like she was just looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
I do see her viewpoint, but I think it's a
No.
bit too harsh. I need ice to be welcomed. I know everyone's going to say you dodged a bullet, but apart from that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was ready to break up, and that was just like, all right.
I mean, the quote-unquote giving the ick thing definitely had its run and gets clowned on a decent amount, but I couldn't imagine falling down the stairs and getting broken up with.
Yeah.
What a bad fucking week.
I mean, it's unfortunate that he fell down and when he got to the bottom, he was crying and he was doing like the hyperventilating crying too.
It hurts so bad. He's dating. She's like a 6'7" like female bodybuilder, and he's like a 5'2", just like. She's like, I just thought as she's carrying him to the hospital, I just thought you would protect me. No, nothing.
If
Is
I
that a
fell
funny visual for you?
if I fell down the stairs, would it give you the ick?
No, I would be very concerned for
What if
your
I did
health.
it like in a silly, goofy way?
That's what I was thinking. Like, how stupidly did he fall down the stairs for her to get this much of an ick? Did he just like,
Yeah, like a full cartoon. character.
yeah.
Yeah. He farts at the end. Piss himself.
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, I feel like. I mean, I would never be silly enough to fall downstairs.
Of course.
Because I'm a man. I can protect my girlfriend. But
Correct.
even if I did, I would hope that she wouldn't break up with me about it.
Yeah.
I did fall down the stairs a couple nights ago, and I did guilt trip her and said, you weren't even there to pick me up. Because it was so icy a couple nights ago. Was taking Molly out, and there's like, 2 concrete stairs down to the landing. And I was wearing flip-flops.
Okay.
Because it's
Thongs.
winter.
Pair of
Not
thongs.
thongs, actually. Slides.
Don't let him lie to you, folks. He was wearing a pair of thongs.
And the stairs weren't that slippery, and I put my foot on the bottom and about tore my freaking big toenail off, actually.
Ow.
Do you want to see it? It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to take my sock off right
That's
now.
fair. Show me later.
The other day when it snowed, it was like 2 weeks ago, it snowed, and I had to take out garbage. I fell 3 times walking to the garbage can. And it was like, this is the first time I've ever was like, I wish I had security cameras. Because it was literally one step. Our garbage cans are like on a little cement slab. So you have to step from a sidewalk to grass to a slab. And it was literally first step onto the grass, eat shit. And I was like, fuck, that's only the first bag of garbage. I gotta go get a second bag. And I was like, I'm prepared this time. I know it's slick. The next time I take 2 steps, eat shit. And like full on like slip and on my ass. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It was real.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's how I felt. And it's like, and then I get up and Erica's like, oh, I forgot to throw this away. And I was like, I can't go again. I fell. And I was like, be careful out there. It's really slick. And she's like, I'll be fine. She is fine. She does it perfectly normal. I'm like, how?
Not that slick.
It was so slick. I ate shit so
not.
hard.
Well, you're
I'm just glad that I didn't see it because I would have had to file for divorce.
Yeah. I was crying and shitting my pants out there.
Christian has been walking on a very weird limp with a very clearly broken ankle the past week. But yeah, I fell and just, you weren't even there for me. And then she gives me a hug.
It does make me
Kisses my
feel
boo-boo.
good knowing that you're a serial faller down a stairs. And now,
No. What?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. You
How
are.
am I a cereal?
You've fallen down my stairs a couple times, and now you can't blame it on the handrail anymore.
Oh, I slipped. I didn't fall.
Okay.
I laid down on the stairs and I slipped.
Okay.
I was drunk.
Fair. I do wish your feet comically busted through
the
my
door,
door. That
yeah.
would have been so awesome.
I'm glad it didn't
And they
because
wouldn't
those
have
are
broken.
100-year-old doors.
If
so-
they were new doors, if they were like
and
the
they're like solid wood,
the
so that would
hollow
really
door,
hurt you.
like hollow core doors, your feet would have gone through, and it would have been so awesome.
This is the last one on this side of the show. It says, "Hi, Judgies. Just played the
Hello.
Gaycation episode of my best friend, ABP Baby. And we just looked up the story and found an update. Quite long, but some absolutely golden lines in there. Love y'all and thank you so much for your service. Pisses and kisses, Martha. Or
Thank you,
Martha.
Martha.
But it's THA, so who knows, really?
Gonna be me.
Are we interested in this or should I just skip it?
Let's just freaking skip it.
I bet no one even wants to freaking hear this.
We all hate
Gaycation, all I
updates.
wanna
No
read.
updates.
Nobody even liked the Gaycation story.
Gaycation.
Stupid anyway.
Yeah. You know what? We'll see on the other side of this break.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Huh?
I would never break our show. I wouldn't
Thank
want all of
you.
our listeners to break up with us. That's why they call it breaking up.
What do you mean?
You break
broke-
your ankle, you get broken up with.
Otherwise, it's just splitting up.
Well, I guess you.
And if one of you dies, you end things.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the guy in
you're
the
like,
first story.
imagine you're a widow and you're just like, yeah, I had to end things with my wife, or things ended with her.
Yeah. Things ended pretty abruptly,
It's
actually.
very
It
unexpected.
was very, very blunt the way it happened.
Oh my god.
In the back of her head.
Whoa.
It had been in the back of her head for a while. She'd been thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping on it too. I keep a hammer under my pillow. For intruders,
For intruders, obviously.
obviously.
And if I need to fix something in the middle of the night.
How come there's no jokes being made about I keep my hammer cocked? I feel like that's rife for jokes for gun nuts. Gun nuts, hammer cocked. The jokes write themselves.
Yeah.
How come gun nuts always be like my hammer's cocked? You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
You know what a hammer is on a gun?
I do.
Okay, you know how
Do
you
you know
can
what cock
cock a
is?
hammer?
Yeah.
Okay, and then if somebody really likes guns,
Uh-huh.
you call them a gun nut. And then nuts are another name for balls. And cock is penis in this instance.
Yeah.
So cock and ball torture.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a Freudian slip. This is the update to the Gaycation story. Some would call it a holiday, if you were British.
You know
That's-
those fuckers get like 3 months of holiday?
Yeah, I do.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, they should get none, actually.
They should be like us.
So, when I last posted, I contacted my husband to tell him he wouldn't be staying at home that night and a bag would be waiting for him. As you can imagine, we argued. Quite badly. I won't get into the specific details, but no, I'm 100% on board with the fact that at a minimum he's bi, might even be gay altogether. We've had arguments in the past, but I've genuinely never seen him have such a childish tantrum before, screaming about how I just don't understand the gaycation, and insinuating I'm actually homophobic because I refuse to allow him to participate in this cultural exchange with the gay community. We got a lot of comments of, I don't know if people just didn't see all of the parts, but there were a lot of comments being like, guys, gay people don't just have sex all the time. Like trying to like woke scold us. And when I say comments, I mean on TikTok. So they definitely didn't see all the story. But they were like, just because he's going on a vacation with men doesn't mean they're all going to have gay sex. It's like, he said it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're trying to.
He had a whole presentation about how he's going to have gay sex.
And so, and like, especially here, she's like straight up confirming that he is saying that he was going to have sex with the men in the trip.
It's really funny that he's like, you're being really homophobic right now. I'm not gay. You're being really homophobic right now.
A lot of you said to ask him if it'd be acceptable if the roles were in reverse. And I did say, would it be acceptable if I went and slept with other guys during that week? Like fucking clockwork, he got very angry and offended, saying it's completely different because a gaycation means nothing. And what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation, etc. So it doesn't actually count. Whereas you, if you went on this week-long excursion, would be just straight up cheating. Well, I turned it around on him and I said, no, but you see, what happens in Manchester stays in Manchester. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't count. It's like bird watching.
It's true.
That is what he said. So,
and I think it got through to him. He went all quiet and then started crying, admitting the thought of me sleeping with another man is destroying his heart, but relationships need sacrifices. So he agreed, while in tears, that when he goes on the vacation, I'll get 1 week in Manchester to do whatever the heck I want. He doesn't want me to, but it's fair in a twisted way, he supposed. That's fair in a twisted way, he supposed, is some fucking Stephen King ass writing.
Yeah. This is insane.
I told him to get out of my house. Thankfully, he left without a fight. I know it's incredibly petty, but I also drained the joint bank account, which is legal in the UK. Ooh. So he couldn't try to use it against me. About an hour later, I got rang up by his mom, my mother-in-law, who just screamed and screamed at me about being a cheating whore, how I was horrible, what about the kids, etc.
Is the mom on the gaycation side? The mom's also like, it's not cheating, it's gaycation.
No, this was a separate call from the mom because she found out that she's wearing thongs.
Oh, shit.
When I finally got my composure back, I just said, ask your son about the gaycation. Obviously, at first she got angry, but then I just said, no, just ask him about the gaycation. He'll explain everything. But she called me a fucking joke and hung up. Later on, getting into the evening, got another phone call from her in floods of tears. She was very apologetic, and I told her she doesn't need to be the one to apologize. She was so upset she put my father-in-law on the phone, who, while he sounded calm, I could just sort of tell he was on the warpath. Again, very apologetic, and he said he overheard that phrase, asked my husband, and husband initially said, no, it's nothing, before explaining how it's a modern thing men do, etc. And gave them the same spiel about how what happens on the gaycation, men cannot resist the gaycation, how a man must surrender to the gaycation, etc. All the greatest hits.
He's selling it too good to the dad. The dad's like, hold on a second.
It's like an aquarium, yeah?
Yeah.
Father-in-law just said they told him to leave or they'd call the police. Don't care where he goes, but he wasn't staying there. Husband tried to call me while I was on the phone, but I just ignored it. And father-in-law just said that he was so sorry for me and they have my corner in this. So that's one thing, I guess. I told them to be there for their daughter because it sounds like the brother-in-law is involved as well. It turns out my husband didn't tell them that yet. And father-in-law just said he had to go because he was so angry.
I think I get why he doesn't want to say he's gay.
Well, and that's the thing, is it does teeter into the, like, are they angry because they're being so nonchalant about wanting to cheat on their partners, or are they angry because they're homophobic?
I think it's
and it feels like we're teetering into. It seems like the UK, better known as Turf Island, might be being a little bit of anti-LGBTQ island in general. Got a text from my husband about. After that phone call, which was all weirdly rambly, saying how I'd abused the gaycation to destroy his marriage and destroy his life, and again insinuated I and his parents were homophobic for doing such a thing. I told him we'll talk when he grows up and blocked his number. I took a day off of work myself to have the locks changed this morning, so that's a 500-pound note gone, but whatever.
Single note?
I don't know. It says I guess it says that's a 500-pound gone. So I put in note.
Okay. It's like, damn, they make bills that high there?
That's 500 pounds gone, but whatever. At least I know he won't be coming back. I'm going to look into how to proceed with the divorce, and then we'll move on from there. And of course, there's the brother-in-law. So I haven't yet met with my sister-in-law. She was in such a state and has taken this far, far worse than I have for reasons that'll be clear soon.
Uh-oh.
We're going to maybe try tomorrow, but we did talk over the phone, and I eavesdropped on the conversation with her husband where she put her phone on speaker and I went on mute. Her husband got home earlier. She made him come home, told him there was an emergency, and just said to him, "Can you please explain what a gaycation is?" She told me afterwards she was praying he'd look confused or just be like, "What?" or anything like that.
I forgot the brother-in-law was going with him.
But instead, he just sat her down and explained that a gaycation is this new thing where straight men go to gay hotspots and participate in gay sex acts, but it doesn't count because there's no investment and because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. He said it's like writing down angry thoughts and putting them in a drawer. You never have to see them again.
Okay, he's selling a little better than the last guy.
The whole time, the sister-in-law is in tears as he just calmly bats off the same points my husband did about how it doesn't count, and he even did the whole "it's impossible to resist, you must surrender or be destroyed" shit. I seriously think they must be speaking to a dominatrix or something. And then they put in parentheses, "Are there even male doms?" What?
Never heard of 50 Shades of Grey?
Because surely neither of them are that into this to actually make that up on their own. I really didn't want to go into what was discussed for her sake, but it had become very apparent to me that the brother-in-law is into sissy hypnoporn and at times conflated that with the concept of a gaycation.
What is
I don't know if
sissy hypnoporn?
Blake, you have full reign. Bleep that if that's bad, and we didn't say it. I don't know if I can say that phrase.
I don't know what that is.
What is...
I don't
What's
know.
hypnoporn? It's like, you will jerk off. You will jerk off.
I feel like I want to Google it, but at the same time, I don't want that on my Google.
Yeah, I think you might. I think if you're in Texas, they'll come and knock down your door if you Google sissy hypnoporn.
This is crazy work. Also, it's very funny that like the husband threw the brother-in-law under the bus. Like, it's not even gay, and if it was, the brother-in-law's gayer because he likes sissy hypnoporn. How did that ever even come up?
According to Wikipedia, which is woke, so we'll see. That's a joke, folks. Relax, liberals. Sissy hypno is a form of pornography which purports to hypnotically persuade the person into self-feminization.
Huh. Do not let the right wing learn about
Such
this.
content, I think that I've used this being thrown around as like a slur or like as a derogatory. Found that such content, a 2023 study in sexuality and culture found that such content is viewed by cisgender men as well as transgender women who may use the media as a tool of sexual identity affirmation and further sexual exploration. It usually consists of edited clips taken from heterosexual and transgender pornography, typically overlaid with instructions that use tropes from commercial film depictions of hypnosis or from stage hypnosis. So yeah, it's you will be trans now. It's what they're using to trans our kids, apparently.
Oh no.
So this story does feel like it's getting into some
homophobic
weird
stuff here?
some weird areas.
Is this a real fetish or is this just like an alt-right psyop going on now? What's going on here?
I think it's real. As it said, I'd said that transgender women will use it sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll be the first to admit, hey, I don't want to be wrong.
Hey, dabble your toes in this, lady.
I don't want to be wrong, but I'll be the first to admit I'm not an expert on sissy hypnoporn.
Okay. That's
And
brave
again,
of you to
Blake, if I cannot be saying these words,
bleep them out.
Cut this whole bit.
S word, H word, P word. I don't even know if I can say hypno these days. Oh, it's a Pokemon, you're telling me? Don't even get me started on Drifloon.
Ooh. Absolute freak.
Where were we in the story? There was this utterly surreal moment where the sister-in-law is just trying to wrap her head around this while also in floods of tears, and he explains so genuinely, so matter-of-factly, that for most men, the gaycation is either a one-time or annual thing, but some men go on gaycation for years, and others simply never return because they use hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of permanent pseudo-gayness.
That's
What are we talking about here? What is going on?
Where is he getting his information? Because
They're calling the frogs gay.
She said, I'm going to change some language here because the way that there's some words, does seem homophobic, but she said in disbelief, surely if you are having gay sex because you want to, that makes you gay. And he said no, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. You can do all this gay stuff, but you don't interact with the wider gay life experience. She asked him,
that's the bad part of being gay. Is the gay life experience.
Watching football with the love of my life.
Oh,
barf. She asked him if can I say sissy? It feels.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
I mean, if I spell it CISSY as a slur against
C?
No, but that's when trans people will call cis people sissies.
Okay.
Like CISSY to make fun of cis people.
Okay.
So if from now on, that's what I'm saying. I can say it.
You can
because
say
you're cis?
It's our word, yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Anywho, I just don't like the words. I don't like it. I don't like saying it. But I don't know in this context what else I would use in the place of it.
Yeah.
Anywho, where were we? She asked him if the S word, H word stuff is what he wanted. And he said not on a long-term basis and was adamant that this is something all straight men do, but she wouldn't get it because she's a woman. Then there were more insinuations of homophobia. The whole ordeal ended when she said to him that he has a choice to make. And he said, no, he doesn't need to make this choice because the beauty of the gaycation is that it allows him to keep his marriage because it doesn't count.
No.
It doesn't count. Now look at my pocket watch. Stare deeply into my pocket watch.
She said that's not the... And you're going to stop smoking in 3? She said that's not the choice. The choice is whether he's leaving the house that night or she is. Only good thing he did was leave. Me and my sister-in-law spoke about it after that, and I'm just still utterly stunned. I understand she's gone to her parents for the support. What exactly did we do to have our lives destroyed in such an abrupt, bizarre, embarrassing way? Per some advice, I'm going to look at devices and bank statements to see if I can find any definitive proof of cheating. After that, I suppose figure out how I tell the boys why their father won't be coming home. Spoke to the other sister-in-law. My husband's family is older sister. I spoke to my other sister-in-law and gave her a skimmed-down version of the stories. She asked her husband, and thankfully he was deeply confused, but then mentioned about 2 years ago at a birthday party, he was approached by my husband and brother-in-law about signing up to some online boot camp around BDSM cross-dressing. He assumed they were taking the piss out of him and told him to fuck off, and never really thought of it again. The fact that this has been going on for 2 years is making me want to throw up.
Do you think that they've already had a gaycation?
I don't know, because, okay, if we remember the original story, which I feel like we do at this point, it feels like the guy's like straight up asking for consent.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he's doing nothing wrong other than being a fucking idiot and not understanding.
Yeah.
Like,
why she's upset about it.
You're right.
Yeah. An absolute obtuse rubber goose right now.
Yeah. It's not illegal to J-O to S word, H word, P word.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean,
you can say hypno.
I just don't want to.
You can also say the word porn.
I just really don't want to at this point.
That's fair.
This is like I was playing Marvel Rivals like last week, and Blake was spectating, and so was Lem. Hi, Lem. And people in the game had like other people on my team, or it was actually on the enemy team, had a word in their name that I had never seen before. And apparently it's like a porn term. A P word term for I couldn't even tell you. It's something to do with trans porn.
Okay.
And they were both like, "Oh my God, look at that name!" And I was like, "What name?" They're like, "Oh, it's just a slur in that name." But they didn't call it a slur. They called it just like whatever. And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "This word." And I was like, "I'm not even gonna say it." And Blake's like, "You can say it. It's not like a slur." And I'm like, "I don't even want to say it though. I gain nothing out of saying. I don't want to say the S word or the H word or the P word in this instance."
Okay.
I told you I'm not being wrong this episode.
Fair.
But yeah, I think again, I do feel like a lot of the anger is coming in a weird
Yeah.
It's okay. Obviously, it is absolutely okay to be upset and angry with their partners.
Yeah, I feel like
But
you
it
and the
does-
sister-in-law, the way you're upset makes sense. The way the father-in-law is upset, I don't quite think is on the same page.
Yeah, it's just it, and it's obviously we're just trying to read through the lines here, which is, hey,
I mean-
those lines are Robin thick.
Canceled.
Fuck no.
Maybe, the father-in-law is mad because dude came back to them and was like, my wife's being a fucking bitch and she's talking
Yeah.
about cheating on me and, all this lies.
Yeah,
And then when he actually gets the full story, he's like, oh, actually, my kid's a piece of shit.
yeah.
And maybe that's why he's mad and it's not just
Yeah.
because.
It's not clear.
But that's me giving a lot of
benefit of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt to cis white man.
It
So,
depends on who you want to give the grace to. But I think that everybody should get divorced. Everybody divorced here, except for you know what? Everybody divorced. Even
Everybody get
even the
divorced.
parents.
The third brother and sister,
They can stay
you
married.
guys can stay together too, I guess.
Break up.
Okay.
break
Take a
up
break.
because he
Go on
kept
a
that
male
secret
retreat.
for 2 years that his brother and brother-in-laws said some fuck shit and didn't tell you about it.
He thought they're just being cheeky.
Keyword.
Yeah, but that's when we
Easy.
talk about
They're
it.
British.
Easy.
Bruv, they're being cheeky.
Keyword. But Blake, you do have to bleep those words because we will get demonetized on YouTube.
Really? I thought it was only like the first couple minutes.
Is it just in general?
Yeah, I don't think you can say the C word, the S word, the H word, or the P word.
Shit.
Well, that one's fine.
Pussy.
Then that one's also okay.
Oh, but I can't
What's
see you
what's
guys
another
next
H
Tuesday.
word? Hell.
No, both the H words are bad.
We're gonna have to take a break now until we get this figured out.
Can everybody hit him with a?
And welcome back this side of the break, folks.
Hi.
And I know I said I don't want to be wrong anymore,
Right.
and that's why I was wrong one last time.
Okay.
Just like George Washington and Hamilton, because we do have mail.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Well, and I definitely wasn't wrong in one regard, which
see
was
candy.
anything that was post dated
Yeah.
before the day that the episode came out. I wanted to open up as a package, and this one was post dated. It's just from fucking the UK, so it took forever to get here. It was posted on January. Well, it was, what month is 22? It's January 22nd. So obviously it was before that date. So we're just gonna read this, and then we are gonna do, of course, the mail episode. But this will be the last time, hopefully, that's correct, on the main feed here that we're gonna be doing mail time. And then it'll all be a free episode on YouTube and Patreon. Check the playlist on YouTube for mail times.
This is a save the date.
Oh my God, if we'd go to the UK for a wedding.
Okay, that actually would be sick. It's probably in a castle.
And
I think
a
they
cool
get a castle.
little name tag bookmark things.
It's a moon.
You got stars.
I like how you write my name.
Is that written? That's actually really cool. Caligula.
No.
You fucked a horse.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about the Roman Empire again.
Dear Erica, Christian, Josh, and girlfriend of the pod, Aurora. Yes, you can say our names. I'm not entirely sure if you've received a wedding invite from Britain yet, but I do hope this is the first. I've spent months sewing my own dress and making my own invites. I even learned calligraphy and wrote with a dip pen, all while listening to your podcast.
Okay.
Your banter is silly because of sense. Your banter and silly sense of humor has helped me pass the time quite pleasantly. I won't tell you which is my favorite host because that always seems to end in an argument. I know you are
No, it doesn't.
unlikely.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
sorry.
I know you are unlikely to make it to our wedding or even read this before it happens.
What?
We've got time.
It's not until August. How dare you?
But if you find yourselves in Yorkshire in August 2025, you will be welcomed happily. I probably pronounced that wrong, but it's Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping me company while I organize my nuptials. Love from England, Bridget, and also James, I guess. That's what it says. P.S. In case it's confusing, England is a county, sort of like a state. In England, which is a country in Britain, a collection of 4 countries. P.P.S. I added some British sweets candy as a little treat. Enjoy.
Wait, does Britain include Northern Ireland? What are the 4 countries? Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland?
I think so.
And then the UK just includes the Republic of Ireland? That's kind of crazy. Look at this. I don't want to show it because it will
great
dox.
handwriting.
But yeah, look at the
calligraphy.
Yeah, the B and the J there. That's really cool.
Gorgeous.
And it says accept with pleasure, decline with regret. That's kind of fun. And there is some British candy, which we'll go over on the the mail episode that we record, and I can't wait to dig my little grubby little teeth into it. So there we go. There's our last mail time officially on the main feed here.
Unless you're wrong.
I've never been wrong this episode. Editor. But you know what we're gonna do now on this side of the break is we do a little thing we call
circle George. What the hell? It's the circle George.
and that's where we George around this circle. Except sometimes we George you fuckers.
You absolute
little
fuckers.
shitters. And that's when we do listener submitted tweets that should have banged. It's honestly a fan favorite. I'll say that. I'm a fan of it, and it's my favorite.
Fair.
Okay.
Hey, you can't deny that.
This is a really long intro. I don't know if I'm going to read all of it, but thank you. Hello from Canada. Long time watcher, first time inputter.
I don't like that.
We're
I'll
going to
be the
read,
first to
oh
say
my
it.
God, a million tweets. I'm going to read this one. It's just a quote from Tucker Carlson that says exploding milk porn, Tucker Carlson 2022.
Okay.
Exploding milk what?
Porn. P word. Fuck.
Got his ass.
Thank you.
This is a tweet that says, I just Googled MatPat Mpreg FNAF, and I'm quite excited to see what it does to my ads. 2 likes on that.
Okay.
And now, Erica, you're looking at me like you don't know what Mpreg is?
Correct.
Okay, that's...
Or any of the people you said before.
Okay, so MatPat, we saw in real life at Creator Clash 2. He was
Okay.
the, hello, Internet, and welcome back to a theory. A game theory.
No, not a clue.
Okay. Yeah, we saw him in real life. Very short, very nice guy.
Okay.
Mpreg is short for male pregnancy.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
It's a common thing in fanfics to have like male characters be pregnant.
Okay.
And then
You can do that in The Sims.
Okay, so there you go. And FNAF is Five Nights at Freddy.
Okay.
So the joke, I guess, is just Mpreg FNAF is funny.
Okay.
Okay.
MatPat got famous.
I'll tell you
from
what.
doing FNAF videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a 10 out of 10. Genuinely, I think that's a really funny tweet. They probably sent in like 30, so we're just going to skip around here. I think Twitter is now the most pure form of internet. Nobody is who they say they are, and it's total chaos. It's like watching a Tesla crash. It's blowing up, and nobody is in control.
That's true.
That was in 2022.
Wow.
A little bit of a Pistradamus moment there.
That's crazy.
This one's
Is this Elon?
Wow, no. This one's very good. 2 likes on this bad boy. This deserves at least 100. Moistened. And it's a very it's a
visual.
It's a very visual, like written out, but MOIST question mark? MOISN apostrophe T. Very good.
That's very good. I like that
very
one.
good wordplay. And you know what? We're gonna go until we hit an absolute stinker. I have 3 evil X's in my league. You don't have to fight them, but it wouldn't hurt your chances.
Okay. Little
Scott Pilgrim. Okay.
I've never seen it.
4 likes. You did
Really?
like
I feel
your own
we
tweet.
should watch it.
We've had this conversation on the show before,
Really? I feel like I should watch it.
and you were really excited that you get to show Erica Scott Pilgrim for the first time. I think. Oh, I already read that one. What are the fucking chances?
What's your fun? Oh God, I hated that.
Is
Can I
anybody
get
else
in
on?
this?
Is anybody else on Show Me Where You Piss From TikTok? No.
Oh, yes.
Just me. Okay. Enlighten us on Show Me Where You Piss From TikTok.
It's a song.
Sing it.
What? Show
Or
me where
What's
you
I don't
piss
remember what the
from.
no. It's
Piss me
No.
on the moon.
no. It's more like, show me where you pissed from.
Oh,
Hold
God.
This
on,
seems
I'll
like a side of
find it.
TikTok I should be on.
I do get videos of like, look where I'm pissing from, and it's I shouldn't say I do get these. I've had like 3 of them, and it's somebody like on a mountaintop pissing off of it, and it's like, okay, now that's living.
So it's just like top tier piss spots.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion. Wake up every morning with a huge erection. Tell me where you pissed from. Tell me where you pissed from.
You actually kind of fucking nailed it.
I told you.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the OG, but that's essentially what you get.
Another tweet here. SimCity
Hold
2000.
up. I just love that I knew
Yeah.
an internet reference that you two didn't.
That was crazy.
Very
work.
cool for me. Thank you. I like that tweet.
Well, I don't know if you'll like this one. SimCity 2000 is the best sim game. Fight me.
I will fight you. It is very good though.
We'll call it there. They say we can say their name, I believe, somewhere. If needed. You know what? We don't need it, but thank you very much. I think great tweets. This next one we're going to be judging is from Allison.
Can't believe you edged him like that.
Wow.
I haven't thought about the show me where you pissed from in so long, and now that's going to be stuck in my head.
This is these are not tweets. These are just texts they sent to their friends. So we're really stretching
Yeah.
the bit here. But they texted just MILC, all one word.
LM.
MILC.
LC.
Man,
Mother, I'd like to cuck.
Man, I love cheese.
Oh.
And then 5 hours later, they sent MISLC. Man, I still love cheese.
Oh, I for sure thought it was something else.
What?
Man, I love cock. Man, I love sucking cock.
Okay. Freudian slip. I think that's a very funny bit.
Yeah.
I think if you were a famous poster, like a Juniper, a Prezzo, Jabuki White, if you were like a famous shit poster, sent this to a friend, didn't have any responses, and then cropped this and put it as a tweet, this would go nutty.
Yep.
If fucking Caucasian James sent this out, it would have been an all-timer tweet. Unfortunately, because we don't have the reference of who you are as a person, it's just whatever. This is from Sam. She knick-knack on my paddywhack till I give a dog a bone.
That's a very Josh-coded.
Hold up. I don't think you should be doing that to the dog.
Oh, you don't give your dog bones?
Not when she nicks on my paddywhack.
Okay. No. She knick-knack on my paddywhack till I give a dog. It's a separate thing that's knick-knacking the paddywhack.
Okay.
What's a paddywhack?
I will Google. I have a feeling it's like
Donger.
ass smacking.
Ass smacking?
Yeah. Patty.
Hey,
whack.
Judgies, my name is Theo. You can say my name. I have some threads posts that I think you should have popped off.
Oh, a type of chew for dogs.
What? What?
Often, if it's capitalized, it's an Irishman.
A paddywhack. What?
That's what I'm Merriam-Webster.
Oh,
Paddywhack.
fuck you, Miriam. Where do you get off? Tell me what words mean.
The first option, if it's capitalized, it's an Irishman.
Like the movie?
Number 3. Number 2 is or patty, a state of fuming rage.
Proper fuming.
Number 3, thrashing, spanking, or paddling. And number 4, a ruddy duck. A ruddy duck.
A ruddy duck?
That's what it says,
What
Joshua.
is a ruddy duck?
It is an American duck with a long tail of stiff feathers, a broad bill, and in the breeding male, a brownish red back and sides and a blue bill.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, let's get back to the circle jerk. Just bring it back to tweets that should have banged, but these are threads that should have banged, actually.
Okay.
Threads that should have popped off. And they say, I love you guys, maybe Josh a little more. Thank you.
Rude.
The fuck?
I hate when a pee turns into a poop, like bruh. I was not prepared for this, and the only entertainment I have is reading a shampoo bottle.
I wasn't listening.
8 likes and 2 replies.
Hate when a pee turns into a poop.
That is unfortunate.
Why does my soap taste like cilantro?
I've heard that before.
Yeah,
I hate to
unfortunately, it's
hate
not
to
a
break
unique
this to
thought.
you.
My mom, I would live 500 years if I could. Me, I think 70 is too much life for me. 14 likes on that.
Okay.
I thought it was
True.
going to be a more of a like
Relatable.
500 more And I would live
Yeah, from the Proclaimers
500
ref.
more. Yeah.
I always wonder if I fart loud enough, my neighbors will hear it. 4 likes.
Do you live in an apartment building?
Also, that's gotta be the craziest fart.
I feel like if it's in an apartment building, it's not that crazy of a fart. But if you're in like a whole ass house and your neighbors hear your fart,
That's a pretty big fart.
that's insane.
I live in the country and my neighbors can hear my fart.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This next one, you can send me a name or user. I don't care. Pisses XXB. Thank you. The username is Frogfetti.
That's fun.
Yeah. Re-entering the phase of my life where I pretend to like mustard. Yummy. Tastes like yellow.
Huh. Now that they put a label on it, it does kind of
Yeah.
taste like yellow.
Oh, are you gluten-free? Parentheses derogatory. Hot girls do not understand geography. What the fuck is a Pacific Ocean?
Thank
that
you.
sounds made up.
Thank you. Hot girls don't get geography.
I love the...
We always knew I wasn't a hot girl.
Beautiful woman, hot girl.
No.
Actually, hot girl.
No,
Literally. What are you talking about? You're literally hot girl 99.
not anymore. Not Sean. I changed my name. The Pacific Ocean sounds made up is very funny to me because it's very close to my I think the government invented Kansas joke.
Yeah.
And I've been raving about that joke that I made in a Circle Jerk a couple episodes back to Christian because I love the premise of a government making up a state.
Yeah.
They're all made up by the government. It's all made up.
Kansasians were pissed about it.
If they would be, if they frickin' existed.
I feel like all of our Kansas listeners like came out of the woodwork just to be like, I'm not a government plant.
Yeah, exactly what a government plan would
Okay,
say.
yeah, thanks, Russian bot.
My worst fears came true. Friend, it's Ted Cruz. This is a text message from a random number. Friend, it's Ted Cruz. Kamala is now personally targeting me. Help me fight back. And then our listener responded, Lamau, crybaby ass mofo. And they sent back, you have successfully unsubscribed.
That's awesome.
That's very good. And the last one from them. What if the worm ate RFK's brain? What if when the worm ate RFK's brain and enlightened him and opened his eyes to a spirit realm we can't see? What if this was his magical girl transformation? And then it's RFK before the worm and it's Sailor Moon. And then the next one is RFK after the worm. And I don't know. I don't know enough about Sailor Moon lore, what that mean. Or is that not Sailor Moon
I mean,
lore?
that doesn't look like Sailor Moon to me.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Editor Blake, I'll send you this image. Blake
Is
will
it
know.
her mid-transition?
I mean, it could
Her
be
mid-transition?
It could be Sailor
Transition. You knew what I
Chibi.
meant, fucker.
And we got we got to close out here. Just a couple potentially esoteric tweets I made, which may warrant a guffaw. That's right up Christian's alley.
I do like Gaffon.
He said, sometimes I create expressions that are terrible, but I think I found a winner here. Shellacked and lacquered, meaning that you're looking/feeling on point. After a hot shower and a shave, I'm feeling shellacked and lacquered. Shellacked, lacquered, and ready to go.
I like this, actually.
Yeah, that's right up Christian's alley for sure. And then
I like shellac because it's crushed up beetles. It used to be.
This is a tweet. No kidding, Josh. It's a Waze alert that says Waze traffic alert, 3:30 to 1 a.m. Planned closures due to Rob Zombie / Marilyn Manson in Mansfield. And our listener here said, "Watch out, everyone! The Dragulas are out tonight." Thank you for the tweets. Got a couple more. Hey, judges, feel free to say my name since it's made up anyway. Bob, this is one from a long time ago. And they tweeted at Original Cup Noodles, send nudes, and then they sent back a picture. The company sent back a picture of noodles.
Okay.
That might be the worst one. Hey, Bob, that might be the worst one we've ever gotten. That sucked, Bob.
How did they spell nudes? Noods?
Yeah,
Okay.
it just sucks. You
Yeah.
know, it's not funny. This is from off submitter Mike, long for Michaela, with more tweets that should have bung. One is from Twitter, the rest from Blue Sky. I'm like Al Qaeda the way her bush got me committing acts of terror.
Okay. No, that's good.
That's something.
That's good and tasteful.
I think if I were immortal, every time someone hurt my feelings, I would blow my brains out in front of them just because I could. 0 likes on that is a war crime. When the sky comes alive like a big pizza pie, that's amore. And that was on a quote tweet of When the Sky Comes Alive, Nature's Masterpiece, Aurora Borealis. Hey, can't all be winners, Michaela. Or
That
Mick.
one
Mick.
is okay in the context.
And the last one, I go by Nye, pronounced like Bill Nye, the science guy. My pronouns are they, she. These are my humble blueskis that should have banged. Feel free to shout out my account at Nytitch, Nytitch. And boy, will you know if you are funny if you get a mass following after this one. They said, "Is it pink? No, I keep my pussy like a well-done steak." Very good. Very good so far, Nye. She blew on my sky till I skeet. Parentheses, please clap. Got kicked in the balls. Call that a cummy ache.
That's really good, actually.
Thank you, listeners. Hey, if you have tweets that should have banged that maybe you didn't think they quite performed like they should have, send them in to Judgies Pod. Put listener submitted tweets that should have banged in the title. I think it's one of my... Erica hates it every time.
Yeah, usually.
I love doing joke
This
reviews.
one actually had quite a few that I didn't mind.
I liked Cummy Ache. I don't know why you guys didn't like Cummy Ache.
I've heard it before.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I just can't relate.
You never been kicked in the balls?
No empathy.
Do you want to be?
I mean, I've been kicked in many a region internally.
Sure. By a man?
Technically.
A boy, I guess.
A male, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to commit to anything. You
For
don't want to
those
be
that
wrong.
don't understand, I've had a baby.
You were pregnant.
I was pregnant at one time.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty clear, but maybe it
I
wasn't.
thought, but
Yeah.
you know,
Hey, and after the Circle Jerks, we do a listener submitted sound. And that always comes before a listener submitted stories. So here is the listener submitted sound. They write in, "Hey there, my name is Katie, she, her, and you can use my name. I've submitted to Erica a few times and I've been on the bonus eps with stories about my shitty old job and a cheating ex. Your podcast gets me through my commutes to and from work every week. Obviously, I listen to the bonus and the main episode. I came up with this song, was on the toilet the other day, and I've been harassing my coworkers with it all week. Be careful, folks. This is an earworm. It's a very Christian coded sound. Hope you enjoy. Pisses, kisses, and disses, Katie."
This makes me very happy.
And boy, is this, as soon as this came into our mailbox, it sat there for a couple days, and then I listened to it and I said, boy, that's going straight to Josh to read. So here we go.
All I do is poop, poop, poop no matter what. I got poopy on my mind and it's coming out my butt. When I walk into the building, all the toilet lids go up and they stay there.
Macaroni.
Oh, don't worry about that.
And
one.
they say there.
What
And
a-
they say there.
Hey, DJ Khaled, timeless song. We'll
Yeah.
say that. Thank you, Katie. I all I do is poop, 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 no matter what.
Yeah, I love it.
Got poopy on my mind and it's coming out my butt. When I go into work, all the toilet lids go up and they stay there. What a fucking
and they
banger.
stay there.
Up, down, up, down. Wait,
All
that
I
means
do
they don't
is
stay there.
Poop. I
What the-
wish. I
what
wish
the-
I could poop.
Maybe play that song. Maybe put headphones on your stomach and play that song and entice your bowels to get schmovin'.
You know what?
It's
At
worth
this point,
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
I might try it.
We got 2 listener submitted stories here, folks, and boy, are they both doozies. I'll say that.
Will you?
They're both doozies.
One more time?
They are both doozies. I'll say that.
Oh, boy.
So let's go with the shorter one first. It's kind of a silly, goofy one. Hey, Judgies, you can say my name. It's Lena.
Dunham?
It's Lina. How about that then? You know any Linas?
No.
Okay. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm the girl who submitted the story about learning how to stand and pee. Remember that?
Yes.
They were a soldier in an army
Yeah.
peeing around a fire or something. Fun side note, I was in the middle of an MRI scan when I heard Josh read my story through the headphones. The technicians had to tell me to lie still since I couldn't stop giggling. You also got 2 new listeners as they both got hooked after listening to the episode during my scan. APB, baby. Always pee blugging. I've always said that. Always pee blugging. Maybe that's why you had to get an MRI. Anyways, I was rewatching The Big Bang Theory, which is a crazy sentence.
Mazinga.
Not I was watching The Big Bang Theory. I was rewatching, which implies you've watched all of The Big Bang Theory.
And all of Young Sheldon.
And not Big Bang Theory was on the TV, so I caught a rerun. You actively chose to rewatch the entirety of The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, we are judging you for that.
Parentheses, don't judge me.
Too late.
Oops.
I've been stuck at home for months with a serious spinal injury waiting for surgery.
There's a million fucking better shows to watch. I'm still judging you.
Sorry to hear about your spinal surgery. Here's 5 big booms. And the episode with the scavenger hunt came on. It made me remember the time I went on a scavenger hunt. I was sent on a scavenger hunt by my ex-boyfriend. My ex...
I'm having to resist the urge to do the 5 booms so hard.
Boom. My ex, let's call him John, was stationed overseas as a part of a peacekeeping mission for the Swedish military. I hadn't seen him for about 6 months, and out of the blue, I got a text from him with a riddle. It was pretty clear that the answer was right at the center of the main roundabout coming into my small town. Super excited, I jumped on my motorcycle and sped through towards the clue. I love riddles and figured that I would meet my man at the end of all this. What a lovely romantic surprise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. I'm a Swedish soldier.
I rocked up to the roundabout. God. And ran in my leathers. What a cool visual.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. To find another clue located at the base of a statue. That one was pretty easy as well. I hop back on my bike, ready for the next step, and the scavenger hunt adventure begins. Fast forward a few hours, after zigzagging southeast from my small town, solving multiple riddles on the way, I finally arrive at the grand finale, some ancient castle ruins about 100 miles away. At this point, I'm pretty hungry, tired, and sweating. And what do I have to do to get my prize? Scale the frickin' castle walls.
What?
In my leather jacket and motorcycle boots.
You could do it.
And guess
I have faith.
what my prize was at the top of the walls.
I fell off and broke my back. I have to get spine surgery now.
A bottle of cheap vodka.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, seriously. I mean, real bottom shelf stuff that he probably got at the clearance shelf from the tax-free flying in. And it wasn't even a flavor I liked. Potato. I'm standing there completely baffled and realize my phone's dead. But of course, the universe wasn't done trolling me just yet. A group of strangers had been watching me climb the wall, and they were very invested in cheering me on during my insane wall climbing. One kind soul lent me his phone, and I called John. Guess what? He was on leave. And guess where he was? 200 miles away playing poker with his brother.
Oops.
He'd been driving through my area when the brilliant idea struck him to send me on a wild goose chase just to say, hey, I was thinking about you. Needless to say, I dumped him on the spot right there in front of my audience. And because I'm just that generous, I gave the vodka away to the guy who lent me his phone before I jumped back on my bike and drove home.
I mean, it does rock how cool you look throughout the entire story.
Yeah, that was a very cool story.
Hope the story made you laugh. You three and your podcast always cracks me up, especially now when life is tough.
I don't think you should do any more
Lionel.
cracking if you need back surgery.
True.
But also, I have watched something better than that show.
I wonder, because they're Swedish, right? I wonder if it's almost like the modern version of Friends.
Ooh.
To have people like help learn English. Like watch a sitcom. It used to be Friends.
You should watch Dark.
It's German.
I know.
Oh.
It's really good.
Just in general, you should watch it.
Yeah.
It is really good.
It's
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite shows ever. It's so fucking good.
Don't watch the English
Yeah.
dub. It's
Don't.
bad.
Well, why would they do that? They're Swedish.
Well, they know English.
Well, I know that, but like, why wouldn't you pick your first language?
It's in German.
Christian.
I don't think they have Swedish dubs, I guess, is what I'm leaning more towards.
Common Swedish dub.
Okay, anyway, just watch it in German. It's really good.
And the last story of the night. And this is a Josh-coded story, according to our listener. Bad Italian date in Sicily. You ever had bad Italian?
Yeah.
Yes. Ever had a date in Sicily?
No.
Yes.
No. We didn't go to Sicily. You went on a date in Sicily? Man, fuck you.
What happens on gaycation stays at gaycation.
Christian.
Hi, long, but hopefully fun.
Oh, and a little picture came up of us in Italy.
It's listening to us. This
Wow.
fucker.
Isn't that a cute picture?
That looks like a little Italy. Is that it?
It's on a river.
It's very pretty.
Ponte Vecchio. Are we supposed to know?
No, I think like if somebody listens to it.
Oh,
they'll
okay.
already know. In 2021, I, female 26 at the time, moved to a small village in Sicily, parentheses, not an island, to do the marketing for an early stage Italian startup. Sicily is straight up an island, folks. If we can't call Sicily
Not
an
an
island,
island.
what are we doing?
Archipelago.
It's going to be some dumb shit like that, but come on. You know what? Hey, I'll take it all
I'll
back.
Google it for you.
I'm not being wrong. And so I will also agree. I was wrong before in calling it an island. I whatever it is, I agree with it, and I'm not going to be upset whatever it's called.
You're gonna look like a real fucking
Yes,
idiot.
Sicily is an island.
I take it all back again. I thought it was an island the whole time, and I never wavered from that stance.
It is considered the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea.
Interesting. What about the Mediterranean? Anything bigger there?
No.
I mean, yeah, it's a massive island. But is Australia an island?
Yes.
But why isn't every continent an island at that
They
point?
are.
Really?
Yeah, they're just so big that it's like.
Hey, remember when we said hot girls aren't good at geography?
It's not geography.
That literally is geography. What are you talking about?
I'm so bad at geography, I didn't know that.
Okay, you're looking kind of hotter by the second right now.
Anywho, I moved to a small village in Sicily to do the marketing for an early stage Italian startup. I was single and had never seen Taken, so I spent my free time by the sea and going on dates with hot Sicilian men I met on Tinder. Cue Everything is Romantic by Charlie XCX. This story is about Giuseppe.
Oh, what a hot name.
Part 1.
If you mean it Giuseppe in the United States, stay away. If you mean it Giuseppe in Sicily, God, he's got to be so hot.
I feel like Giuseppe is it's like a couple. It's like 2% better than a Geppetto.
Only 2%.
Yeah.
One's a dumb fucking name and one's a hot name.
I feel like they're pretty close in my head.
Erica, break the tie for me, please.
I have no opinion on this.
Wow.
Part 1. I arrived to the restaurant next to the sea at 9 p.m. to meet my date, Giuseppe.
I'm sorry to do this to you. How the fuck do you spell it? Because I don't think there's any chance I could have said that name.
Giuseppe.
Very close. Swap the U and the I.
Giu.
Yep.
And then everything else I said.
Yeah, Seppe.
Impressive work, guys.
Yeah. If I could rearrange Giuseppe, I'd put the I and the U next to each other.
Are you hitting on my wife?
Wait, am I too stupid to realize that was you hitting on me?
Giuseppe is a newly single Sicilian man who is managing his family's boutique resort in the resort town before he leaves for London for business school. I stalked him on his socials.
Made up. Made up.
I stalked him on his social. No, that's just what people. That's what people who live in countries that aren't the United States are able to do with their life.
Okay, that makes more sense. That
Have
makes
small businesses, then also go to college and feel like they're on a good career path.
That's crazy. That doesn't happen a lot here.
Yeah. I stalked him on his socials, blah, 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 blah. And the story checks out, and I'm down to meet him. He arrives, and after a few drinks at the bar and dancing to Italian disco, we decide to sit at a table on the dock that goes out to the sea. He scooches in to kiss me. I move the table, which tips over, and knocks everything on it into the water. The candle, wine glasses, his wallet, his phone, my lipstick. It's dark, we're drunk, and I see his phone lighting under the water. I secretly check my belongings as he's panicking. I have the essentials, phone and wallet. He decides to leave it and come back for it in the morning since it's too dark for him to retrieve it. We dance, sober up, and go to his car for some privacy. We start making out. I, now tipsy, begin digging through my purse for a condom, couldn't find one, so he just takes me home. When he drops me off, I realize I don't have my wallet in my purse. I just assume it fell into the sea with his phone. That wallet has all of my cards, so I begin to panic. He says he'll get it in the morning and then gives me a number and asks me to text his mom to tell him he'll be home soon.
Didn't she have her wallet 3 sentences ago?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
After he leaves, I call my mom, crying about losing my cards, and she suggests I call the banks to send new cards. Who knows if he'll be able to retrieve them or if I'll even see him again. As I'm on the phone with the bank, I'm getting texts from a woman who only knows Sicilian asking where her son is. Is Sicilian a language? That's interesting to me. I try telling her using Google Translate, but she keeps harassing me. Girl, I don't know. The next month, oh my God, is that a Charlie XCX?
Yes, Sicilian is its own language distinct from Italian.
How about that? I would have never known that. The next morning, he texts me from his mom's phone saying he found my wallet on the side pocket of the car. I guess I threw it to the side while looking for a condom. Feral, but safety first.
Respect.
Digging through your purse for a condom, like, like Fantastic Mr. Fox. More like Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It doesn't matter. Those cards have been canceled and the new ones are being shipped, but it's nice my wallet isn't soaked in sea. He asked me if I want to go out with him to get it back. Normally, I'd be grossed out, but he was a good kisser, and when in Rome, well, actually, Sicily. Part 2. After a week of basically sexting on Instagram messages from his desktop, since he still didn't have a phone, we decided the best second date would be at his place. He lives on the property he manages in a nice private apartment. Good kisser and AC, the American dream. He picked me up, and I was instantly annoyed by his energy. But it was too late. We were already driving the windy roads through the rural back hills of the little farm village I was staying in to the resort town he lives in, which is about 45 minutes away. We arrived to the resort grounds, and I decided it was worth the comments about how... it's poor wording. When I read this the first time, I was like, what the fuck? I decided it was worth his comments about how Italians are lazy, that business is the most important major, and how he's leaving Sicily for good. So he was saying all these bad things. His apartment was a small bungalow next to the resort grounds. It had a private yard with a shower and a jacuzzi, sliding doors that allow you to open the studio apartment right into the yard. As he was giving a short tour guided by the rose petals he left on the floor, parentheses, Italians are romantic even for a hookup, I noticed a baby crib / bassinet in the corner. He says it's just excess from the resort and they didn't have storage for it. Good enough for horny me. We open bottles and get to it. In between the horizontal tango, he leaves to turn off the jacuzzi. That's when I start thinking like a woman who is abroad and not a girl in Europe. I don't know what that means. I do what any girl in her 20s does when her hookup is out of the room. Go through their stuff. I open the closet and nothing is in there. I open the dresser drawers. Nothing in there. I go to the kitchen and open the drawers and nothing is in there.
This is terrifying.
He, naked, comes back to this scene of me, naked, opening and closing empty drawers. He asked what I'm doing, and I tell him I was looking for a big tea to lounge in and realized his apartment was empty. He tells me that this is a new place and he hasn't moved his things from his parents' place since he's staying here for the summer. While I can see the possibility, I don't buy it, and I push further. I walk to the baby crib and roll it into the middle of the apartment and said, "Give me the real reason for this then." He acts embarrassed and tells me that he and his ex have a baby and this is for their baby. Instead of saying, okay, I tell him, no, you don't. I stalked you and your ex, Sophia, and neither of you have children on your socials, so tell me the truth.
Holy
Jesus.
shit.
Okay.
Oh, let me buckle in. Holy shit.
All this while naked. We were both dumbfounded I actually said that. He said he still lives at home and wanted to impress me, so he rented the apartment from his parents' property to do so. At this point, it was 1 a.m. and I was over it, so I asked him to drive me home. He was hungry and made us stop for shitty pizza before he drove me through the Sicilian countryside in silence to drop me off.
I lied about knowing how to drive too. I guess you got to stay with me.
Epilogue. I haven't talked to him since, but I did one quick look on his Instagram. He moved to London and ended up on a UK reality TV show where they follow people on a first date. I don't know if he ever found love, but I'm sure as hell he didn't take them to an empty apartment with a baby crib. And they write P.S., but they wrote out piss shit. P.S., which is very good. I also went on a date with an Irish guy who had up the RA tatted on his ass cheek. Best. Mad.
Up the RA.
Republican Army or
Okay.
something like that.
What a ride. Huh?
I don't know enough about Ireland, know if that's good or bad.
I'm pretty sure. Hey, you know what? I'm not making any comments this episode. I'm not being caught in the wrong. I'm not being caught in the wrong for anything.
Okay.
Thoughts on the stories?
That was wild.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm glad you're still alive and he didn't murder you.
Yeah.
That's one of those stories where, I mean, again, we got the email, so we know she didn't get murdered.
True.
But it is one of those stories.
It could have been so much worse.
There's a lot of those stories that don't get sent via email.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I'll say that.
That is crazy work. Also, now I feel like I gotta dig around and find Giuseppe.
Send us Giuseppe's. Just email us back Giuseppe's
Reality
TV show episode. We need to see how hot Giuseppe is.
That's 100% the reason I want to find it.
We don't need his Instagram. Just send us the reality TV show episode.
I want to see if
Be
the energy
easier
matches.
to just look at his Instagram, right?
No.
Yeah, but I don't want
Just
it.
pictures. I want the whole package. I want.
You got to see him in motion. Sometimes
Yeah.
people are hot from an angle, and then you see him in real life, and you're like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
You're a master of angles."
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We got to see Giuseppe in motion.
This will get me in hot water. This is kind of how I feel about the Kardashians. It's like they have all this body work done, and it's like I think that's only so you look good in a picture, and then you see them like walking in real life, and like, what the hell's going on with that?
When the fuck have you ever seen a Kardashian in real life?
Well,
Back when
a
you were
video.
in Sicily? Did you go on a date with Chloe?
I can't talk about this. It's not a gaycation if I went on a date with
I
Chloe.
signed an NDA.
But
Don't ask.
I signed an NDA, but you really can't ask me about it because I will spill. I am a messy bitch. Hey, that's it for this episode. But we have a whole another hour over on our.
Ooh. I couldn't remember if this button was the button.
Weekly bonus episode.
Patreon.com/JudgiesPod for that. $10 a month gets you weekly bonus episodes. $5 a month gets you monthly episodes. $1 a month gets you ad-free episodes and access to the Discord. Erica, anything else on the plate? Where else can they find us?
Wherever you're on the internet, we're probably there too. What?
Said that like a what's the fucking kid? He's like so basically
actually-
he's like basically I've never been on this ride before. What's he say?
Something like that.
Literally? No.
At JudgiesPod. Send your emails to us at judgiespod@gmail.com. Listener submitted sounds, listener submitted stories. Hey, if we're doing a fucking split up episode like this, we're going to need... Give me a good sound next week, guys.
Don't reference the split up episode.
Fuck.
Hit the button. Sack of shit.
Oh, I go on one gaycation, now we're splitting up. This
Was the test episode.
You were piece of shit.
This was Erica's off episode. They don't come around all too often. Unless you think
Every 2 weeks.
every fortnight.
The Judgies love you.
Bye.